There are mornings when the palace feels like it belongs only to us, when the marble corridors echo with the sound of something freer than protocol. Your laughter, it bends the light that falls through tall windows, scattering gold across my thoughts as if you've whispered sunlight itself into my day. I walk among portraits of kings and queens who never knew what it meant to laugh for love rather than for grace, and I wonder how history will ever hold something as human as what you make me feel. Your laughter builds bridges between centuries, reminding me that before crowns, before duty, there was always the heartbeat of two souls discovering joy. When you laugh, I forget the weight of the world, the quiet eyes that follow me, the inherited silence of thrones. I remember only the warmth of something unruly, the rebellion of happiness. You make me feel like I'm wearing a crown made not of jewels, but of pure, golden sound. Every time it rings from your chest, I swear the kingdom listens. Sometimes I imagine my laughter answering yours across endless courtyards, the sound threading through fountains and rose gardens until they meet halfway. The echo of joy is stronger than any oath. When your laughter fills the air, I think of how my childhood felt before duty was a language I had to learn. I used to chase butterflies, now I chase fleeting seconds of us between ceremonies. Still, in your laughter, I find my home, not the palace built from centuries, but the one made of seconds when I am only a girl, not a symbol. Your laughter does not bow. It stands tall, proud, unafraid, and I envy it for its honesty. Sometimes, when we walk through the gardens, I count the ways it saves me. Each note is a reminder that I am allowed to live beyond expectations, that the crown doesn't cage the heart. It merely tests how strong love can be while holding it. When I close my eyes, I hear your laughter long after you're gone, as though the air itself has learned to repeat your melody. It lives in the corridors, mingles with the whisper of tapestries, slips into my dreams, uninvited but never unwelcome. There are nights when I wake and think it's real again, and I find myself smiling into the dark. If the world saw me then, they would not see a princess, but a girl in love, foolishly tender and eternally caught in the echo of you. Your laughter is a promise the world can't revoke. It exists even when we're far apart, a bridge of sound that defies distance. I've learned that laughter can rule kingdoms more kindly than crowns ever could. In the music of your voice, I've found my faith, my defiance, my truth. You've made me believe that the simplest sound can hold the power of love's greatest decree. The first time I heard you laugh, I thought it was accidental, a sound too free for royal walls. But it lingered, like the scent of rain after drought, and I knew something in me would never return to silence again. You laughed without apology, and I felt every rule I'd learned bend beneath the sweetness of that defiance. Since then, I have tried to weave your laughter into everything. My steps down echoing halls, my letters written in secret, my glances stolen between duty's stern eyes. It has become my invisible crown, my unspoken anthem. Sometimes I think the stars might envy it. They glitter, but your joy shines warmer. I've realized that laughter, when born of love, is the truest rebellion. It declares that life can be beautiful even in gilded cages. You've taught me to smile even when I'm expected to be solemn, to carry joy like a sword made of light, and to wear it proudly as my legacy. They say queens are remembered by their grace, but I think I'll be remembered by how I dared to laugh when love whispered through palace gates. Your laughter reminds me that legacy means nothing if it isn't lived. Each sound you make breaks through the centuries that watch us, turning every echo into a confession I can't contain. When we are together, the world narrows to a rhythm. Your laugh, my breath, the soft collision of hearts learning how to be free. It's strange how something so small can feel eternal. I've come to understand that laughter is the language of courage. It's what love uses to speak when words fall short. And yours, my dearest, speaks endlessly to me. Sometimes I think even the portraits on the walls turn their eyes to listen, as if history itself wishes to feel what I feel. The endless, holy spark of joy that you breathe into everything you touch. If ever I am to lose this crown, I hope it's because I traded it for one built from your laughter. Jewels fade, metals dull, but your sound, your light-hearted rebellion, would remain timeless. You once told me that laughter is the way love proves it's alive, and I believed you. It blooms in the cracks of our quiet moments, soft, yet unstoppable. When I walk through the gardens after dusk, I imagine your voice among the wind, teasing the roses awake, making even the statues smile. You've changed the way I see everything. The moon no longer feels lonely, the night no longer heavy, because I know somewhere you're laughing and the sound finds me. I keep it like a secret vow, something not meant for the world, but for the fragile human in me who still dreams beyond the duty. You've given me a crown that doesn't press upon my temples, it lifts them toward heaven. There are days when the crown feels colder, when silence tightens around me, like polished steel. Then I think of you and I remember the sound that breaks all barriers. Your laughter, unstoppable, clear, alive. It's the only weapon I've ever wanted to wield. You make the world feel conquerable, not through power, but through joy. I began to measure time not by hours or ceremonies, but by how long it's been since I last heard it. When the sun rises, I imagine it doing so because you've laughed somewhere, and the light has come to find its echo. In the quiet, I rehearse your joy until my lips remember how to smile again. People see the crown and think it's what defines me, but they're wrong. You do. Your laughter shapes me, unravels the steel of expectations, and replaces it with warmth. You are my revolution, and your joy my anthem. Do you know what your laughter does to me? It dismantles every wall I was born to uphold. When it reaches me, I feel as if the entire world pauses to listen. It's more than sound. It's the pulse of your soul calling to mine. In it, I hear the promise of days we'll never forget, of glances exchanged between duty and desire. You laugh, and I remember what it means to be human, fragile, yearning, and gloriously alive. I sometimes wonder if the angels envy how effortlessly you command light without meaning to. Every time your laughter meets my ears, the universe itself seems to lean closer. Just feel what I feel. I can't help but imagine it weaving through the stars, becoming part of their glow. It is the crown I wear within, invisible yet unshakable, proof that even in the heaviest silence, love can still sound like freedom.